Oh, right. Actually, alright. How's it going? We are on 198. Oh, Jesus. It's not that long left. 2 episodes more, and then it's over with daily streams. I'm gonna take some time and set up, I think, Monday studies bot command. Hey, Rollermaster, you are first. You are the winner, chicken dinner. Captain Paulus, how's it going? Zealin 198. Impressive. It's actually quite sad that Firestarter is gonna be absorbed by cgma in a way. I think it's great for Firestarter in that sense, or for Mr. Firestarter, for Spiridon, that he had this journey of I don't know how many years. He made a free magazine for the art community, built a platform around it, went to every workshop more or less, and if he couldn't make it, he made sure to send boxes and boxes of free magazines. No one had to pay anything for it in terms of attendees, features and leading artists and all these things. So amazing effort actually, when you think about it. And that you could go to a workshop and get this like a centimeter thick magazine for free. And no one made him do it. No company behind it drove that as like a marketing ploy or anything. It was just him wanting to do something for the community, which is amazing. And so it's sad to see it go in that sense. End of an era. Hey Nilush. How's it going? Morphia, how's it going? Good morning. Spectre, how are you? I'm good, sir. How are you? Morphia, Mel, how's it going? I won't cry, but if I do, it's entirely my fault. Shit. Yeah, so the idea is I'm gonna start doing more classes and lessons. So that's gonna be good, I think. Different, but good. So what should I draw today? Any topic suggestions? I'm more than welcome, more than eager to do. Spectre. I think there are PDFs of all the older magazines. I'm not sure. I'm not a part of Firestarter magazine. I'm absorbed by them to do the stream with them, but. Yes, where can I sign up? I'm thinking I need your help actually. I'm gonna take this to Discord at some point. While I discuss this, please think about the topic. I want to come up with where to take Unreal Bjornament 4. I had this one idea of a TV show, which, but the sound of it is ridiculous. But it's like deadline day live stream, where you have commentators commenting on people's entries. And I had this weird idea of like live updating the directory where people upload their finals. So say, oh, we have another submission. Let's have a look, and people can comment. I don't know, but it sounds too much of an effort. But the idea is cool. I'm not sure really. Hey, Bjorn, how's it going? So we got Old Savant, Speaker Commander, Traveling Bookshop, vehicle design, cool. Bullfrog Dragon, So we got 4 topics. Any more topics? Please do shout them out because time is up. We got 5th swimming lizard hunter. Wicked. Alright, let's roll a 6 dice then. A d6. 3. Which is which one? 1, 2. Traveling bookshop. Traveling bookshop. Alright. Congrats, Morphia. More fire, more fire. Alright, traveling bookshop. Okay, I got a picture in my head. It's a little bit Studio Ghibli like. So let's try that. Traveling bookshop. So in my mind, it's very stylized, mind you. So it's like a magic bus of sorts, with books everywhere, and on the side the bookshop. Yeah, so I need to get back to the topic. I really need your help to come up with cool ways, if you have any, that is. If you don't, that's absolutely fine as well. I don't need you then. So toxic. But to come up with some cool idea of potential expansion of Unreal Bjornament 4. Because there's been a natural progression. You know, first year we were 47 artists participating in Unreal Bjornament 1. Second year we were 117. Third year was with Firestarter and 100 artist cap, because we got insanely. We would have been overpopulated very fast because all the slots were taken in a day. So my question is, first of all, I assume we should have a cap next year. My current thinking is, has Unreal Bjornament 3 gained enough popularity that we can have a 200 artist cap? Captain Boss, yeah, cap limit. A cap, means like the tip of a bottle, not more than this. So that's my thought. Has it grown so much we can get 200 artists? So let's play with that idea. So then let's say 200 artists. Like you're saying, you're already pointing out certain things that had to be adjusted, right? Which then means what adjustments are gonna need to be made. So some adjustments obviously would need to be, we would need to split the judges, or have longer periods in between, or have less judges that are more keen on commenting, and they are getting paid. They're getting paid to do so, which means they will have a lot more effort into actually commenting. because so far it's pro bono, right? These amazing artists, art director positions, award-winning artists are actually doing it out of the good of their heart, you know. Spectre. So you have the qualifier. Hey, Fight Milk, how's it going? A qualifying round. Who wins? Who gets in? Maybe. How about? How about I try to muscle my way into ArtStation? That could also be. I mean, ArtStation has the character design challenge currently has over 2,000 entries. So that you know, that will be a completely different kind of beast because it has this competition has been running for 3 months, right? It's a clear progression of interest. So there's more and more people showing interest, right? More and more people is growing. Let's say it's growing, right? Captain was yeah, Morphia, yeah, exactly. So, but then the makeup of Unreal Bjornament would probably have to change a little bit. Or if you have that many people, you're not going to be able to comment, give feedback. Hey Narada, how's it going? Rollomancer, yeah, it would be a good platform. It would be a suitable fit, right? So then the nature of Unreal Bjornament would have to morph a little bit. You would have to go, okay, no feedback from the judges. There would still be a panel. And I think, let's say, if it would be 2,000 entrants or participants, you know, then it would have to be a pairing. The winner would move on with that pairing, would be paired with that one, and you would need a clear progression because you couldn't randomize and pair every day, every round. That would be too crazy. Rollermaster, I have not heard about that. I am not on DeviantArt. I have not an account there. I have no history with DeviantArt, so I wouldn't know, and I doubt they would care about me in that sense. Zealin, yeah, exactly. So going back to the changes, then if we would go with ArtStation, it would be this behemoth. It wouldn't be this intimate kind of personal judging experience, right? It would be a lot more anonymous. This panel would just, you know, they wouldn't comment, they wouldn't care. So that's let's say that just that would be one option, right? One route to take it. So another option would be make it a lot more personal, right? And how would you do it a lot more personal? If it's knockout art competition, it would remain the same. That, without a doubt, it would remain the same. Just bigger prizes, possibly. more slick presentation, more clear home of the competition, I guess. And yeah, exactly, Morphe. It wouldn't be able to have that kind of personal touch with 200 plus people. It would be an anonymous monster. But it would be at a much grander scale, right? So the cost would be less personal, but much larger, and much more art, and much more thing, right? Another option would be to scale it down. Make it with less artists, but bigger, less artists with more time. So it could be like a portfolio edition. Rollomancer, yeah, absolutely. That's the problem with ArtStation challenges. This is the amount of artists participating is staggering. You know. Hey, Henry. Morphia. So what does it make personal now? Is it just the amount of people? When we see names we get through every round, we can cheer them on in the personal progress. Hey, Isaac. How's it going? Dear Bard. 100? I think 100 is a sweet spot. Rollomancer. Yeah, qualifier, it's a little bit redundant. Like you say, round one is already a qualifier. Round one will round one always culls the weak out, right? Because the sheer amount of people, the randomness, qualifier wouldn't. I think having a qualifying round would limit the beautiful aspect of Unreal Bjornament, where it's just it is free for all, go at it, join in if you want, and there's no gatekeeper, right? You sign up, you're in, right? Yeah, Zillion, exactly. So the whole random pairing, I think that's I think that's the sweet. That's the kind of like qualifier in a way. It's like random. Morphia. So limit capping at 100, but in different categories. Well, so you have a Unreal Bjornament environment, Unreal Bjornament character. Nah, it's already like that in that sense that you can adjust the topic to whatever you need to adjust it. Right? Henry Martin, year one and two, we had comeback bracket, which means if you were knocked out of the main competition, you were fighting the same topics but with all the losers, and in the end, the winner of the losers got a spot in the final. But that meant that was very taxing, I think, for the judges because they had to still maintain the numbers of people throughout the competition. So let's say there was 100 artists, 50 got knocked out, but the next round they had those 50 losers to judge again, and the amount of voting was very taxing. Morphia. I think I think for the next Unreal Bjornament, I'm thinking now, comeback brackets should come back, but without judging. It's without the comments. It's purely just click vote. How about losers judge or vote? The problem with that is always like who has more friends. Zealin, what are different kinds of comeback bracket? Maybe. Morphia, yeah. You should always be careful of community voting in a competition. There will always be beef. There will always be who has more friends, so on. It's never a good idea unless it's kind of a clear cut, obvious thing. One change I would like to see, Rollermaster says, pair all those artists who received no show after the submissions are in. Not having a fight is really lame. True, but also, what do you do if it's 3 no shows? You can't. I tried to solve those things in the first Unreal Bjornament, and there was always like, oh, by the way, I had to do this. I'm sorry, and people are like, oh, okay, it's okay. It became like this unfair feeling. Like there's already sometimes where I have to do a pairings of what like 3-way fight, and that's like it's not a clean solution, and people are like, oh shit, why should I get kicked in the nuts while all the others are not. Morphia, yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of Unreal Tournament, is that, or this style of competition, is that anyone can win if you just do a good entry, right? Rollomancer. But I mean, like, if you have a no-show, right? So there's two pairings with 2 no-shows, right? So they are getting paired together and voted on. But wouldn't it be fair to know your opponent? So if you there's a no-show, you're like, okay, I got a free win, you know, and hope that next round you get an opponent that shows up. Fight bet. No, yeah, but I mean, in that example, I would have created that scenario, right? And that's the what I don't want. I want a fair scenario where people are very obvious at what's happening, so that there's no, like shitty feeling in that sense. Hey, Synthesis, how's it going? Yeah, so by the sounds of things, keeping it at 100 is a good idea. It's not too big and it's not too small because 100 I think is a um, good level of a lot of entries, and it's not too overwhelming for the judges. While it's still a lot of things to vote on, I think it's a good balance. And I don't want to, like, the idea is to not convolute the setup but to enhance it, right? So that's, for example, we could have easily surpassed 200 entrants this year, but I chose to cap it at 100 because I want to focus in on hey, Studio Colorophobia, cheers for that what's it called? Prime. Maybe add a rule that even if you are not making it on time, you have to post at least a sketch. Morphia. Yeah, I mean, ideally there would be like a code in code, like you have to unlock to be able to post something with at least a day in between. Yeah, like Dearbird said, it's always a 2 week in between. Rollermaster, I have not asked them for feedback. I will do that though. So thank you for reminding me. Um, I will um, I will ask them their thoughts. Um, Synthesis, yeah. So what takes the longest is for the judges are to go through 100 artist submissions and vote and comment. Right. So the next round is faster by default by half because 50 people have already been eliminated. So I think 100 artists. I would love a much cleaner and a some I don't really know where to take it. I mean, we could do it Discord only, so there's no posting on a website. But the problem with Discord only is that you can't share it outside. On a website, you can link. Um, you can link to it, right? And people with ease can go to it. So we need a website. Zealin, yeah, exactly. We lose the forum because Firestarter is gonna disappear at any point. I'm not sure when, but we have no idea. It could be tomorrow. Um, so that's another problem, right? So I'm gonna have to to come up with what's going to happen, right? So I want a home for it, obviously. I'm going to get the forum in code from the programmer at Firestarter, so I will have access to 2 and 3, the archive, so I can put it in whatever web place I have, so that won't be lost. I have a website for a Warmup. I'm not just using it, and I'm thinking I should pay a programmer to set up like Firestarter's forum on my website specifically for Warmup. But I might just kill that server and buy another one specifically for Unreal Bjornament. Rollermaster, yeah, exactly. Henry Martin, you're just firing off emotes left and right. Time is up, study Monday. I don't give a. Yeah, so those are obviously changes that are gonna happen, right? We're not gonna have the forum. We're gonna need a new home. I'm gonna get access to 2 and 3. The first Unreal Bjornament is available on Discord. So I'm thinking of, like I need to set up. I need to clarify to myself, first of all, what is required of the next home for Unreal Bjornament, right? Because we need a new home, because our home's gonna burn. Someone else has bought it and is gonna tear it down and build something new there, so we're not gonna be able to be there anymore. Cheers, Rollermaster. Yeah, so if we, like Zeolin said, if we keep it just the way it is, in what way will it change? How do we improve it for next year? So I think prizes. I think better presentation. I mean, you could always keep the exact same recipe, just plus the ideas, right? So 100 artists obviously can't change, but the way we see these 100 artists are different, right? I kind of like the idea of a public list this year. So in that sense, we could, if we have 100 card list, we could do it in a more cooler presentation rather than a list tucked away on a website. Hype trailer, yeah. Roll'em has a better presentation, as in a sleeker website for it. Like at the moment it's just a thumbnail on the forum says here's Unreal Bjornament 3. So 4 could be a website exclusively for Unreal Bjornament with nice art and nice design, and so better presentation. Zeolin, absolutely, about UB Warmup for sure. I mean, I have to drum up traffic to it. Synthesis. Yeah, that's a good point. I should ask the judges. Rollermancer. Yeah, I mean, ideally that would be fantastic. Um, Most likely, I will have to pay someone. Um, but yeah, that would be ideally. That would be absolutely amazing if someone would be able to code and help out. Like Fight Milk did a behemoth effort and helping me animate the hype trailer, the kickoff. I mean, I having a lot of fun doing those as well, by the way, and it's fun to see them every year. And I mean, I'm plussing the hype trailers every year as well. I mean, first year wasn't even one, uh, I believe, or was it the Kung Fu one? Oh shit, I can't remember. But anyways, it's fun, and I think that's also a thing that you could make better by um, keeping the same setup as it's done this year, just making it nicer. Oh, Ritas, you can. Oh, that's cool. Second was the Kung Fu. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. 101, you're crazy. Synthesis, absolutely. I will keep the same format with public posts and public feedback, because the one of the pillars of this idea is community based and educational, right? So help to grow by publicly having feedback available. Rollermancer. Well, that's true. I didn't think about that, but thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna Unreal TV. Yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. Henry Martin. Yes and no. I think personally I would like that idea, but I don't think everyone would, and it would limit and funnel the perception of it. Now, I think the strength of Unreal Bjornament is you have a topic that is extremely able to interpret. You can do almost anything with every topic you get, and it's down to you how you put it into visuals, right? So if we're like, oh, you have to make a game character for Dragon Game 5, you're gonna be like, do I? Derward. Henry Martin. The topic is like a first round topic of this year was it came from nature. That was the topic. It came from nature, and that could literally be anything. And it's up to you to interpret how you want to make that at the best version that you can do, leaning on your strengths, right? So if you're an environment artist, you could easily come up with an idea. It came from nature, based on environment, right? Or you do a wood animal or wood creature. If you like monsters, you could do a scary witch that comes from it's very free. So if I have, the more you limit them, the tighter it gets and the less elbow room people are gonna have, and they're gonna freeze and not be interested, right? Synthesis. So cheers. Dragon Game 5. Copyright. Trademark. Mine. Um, Zealin. Yeah. Struggle is real. Yeah, so that's currently where I am with my thoughts about the next year, and definite actions need to be taken because Firestarter is no more. Um, Add a text to the send that picture. Round one, you just do this. Captain Boss, Captain Boss. Oh, this is Spiridon's fault? Well, yes and no. It's not his fault that he's advancing and having success. It's good for him. It just means we need to we need to evolve as well. We need to move on as well. We need to get better as well. You know. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a proper thought, and I'm gonna open a channel on Discord for commenting and suggestions and thoughts. Um, I think it's clear after this discussion, more or less, what we should do. We should just make it exactly like it was this year, just improve the parts, right? So each part is exactly the same. We just make them better. Instead of adding more parts, we just make them better, right? Unreal Bjornament 4 synthesis will be May 1st next year. Zealin, just better. Yeah, I think like the concept is on. If you change the concept too much, it's not going to be the same anymore, and it's going to be some completely other beast, right? So it's the same in design when you're designing something. You don't need to. You need to find a sweet spot where you add and where you remove when you don't need to do any of those two, and that's the perfect little nugget. You just make it polished. That's where we gotta. That's I think where Unreal Bjornament is now. I think we changed enough from 1 and 2 and 3 that 4 we're gonna have a pretty solid idea of how it turns out, right? For me, Unreal Bjornament 3 this year felt smooth. There wasn't like any issues really. Rollomancer. Bore. Books. Fight milk. Issues. Solving how things operate. What happens to no-shows? What happens with pairings that are uneven? Things like that. And it was a lot of, oh, I'm sorry, I had to do. I don't know. It was a lot of, like, how should we solve this? This year was like, this is how it is. I'm not gonna have to question it. I'm just rolled on. And when to apply Henry Martin? This year, I gave people fair warning. I think 2 weeks ahead of time, saying at this day, sign up is gonna start. Right, so people at May 1st. No, it was like a few days before the start of the competition. Sign up is gonna stop. start. I think maybe it was a week before a competition start. The sign up opened, so people could sign up. It was a week. It was a week, and all 100 spots were taken in a day. But people had fair warning beforehand. So now if we for Unreal Bjornament 4 we have a website, we can clearly state sign up starts in tick 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 tick, and then you sign up on the web page, right? Zealin, yeah, exactly. It was a huge free for all and chaos, and yeah. So I think that's where we got to go. I think that's the solution. Just don't change it, but just improve the parts that we've come up with for 3 years. Synthesis, always 2 weeks per round of painting, and then 1 week of judging. 2 weeks of painting, 1 week of judging, 2 weeks of painting, 1 week of judging. It's same format every year. And if you mean how much time was given for each entry in judging, the judges have a week to judge. I can't tell them you have to sit for 10 minutes per entry. Some judges didn't have time, so they just voted. Some judges wrote a fleeting comment. Some people devoted a lot of time. Sadly, there was someone passing in one of the judges' family, so the significant other had to step in. But the replacement was just as impressive, if not more, in other people's eyes. But yeah, shit happens. And Unreal Bjornament 2, there was someone passing in the contestant's family. I think 2 people had that issue. So shit happens. Hey Turquoise, how's it going? But time is up. See you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be thinking about Unreal Bjornament 4, our new home, all these things. It's a good talk and a good thing to put on the table, I believe, and consider. How about we return the favor of Studio Colorophobia, who gave me his Prime. I fucking hate Twitch sometimes. Yeah, we're gonna raid Studio Colorophobia. He bought a raid, yeah. Thanks all for coming. Thanks for sharing your thoughts about what we should do. It was really intriguing to hear what you were thinking and your impressions of it. Definitely, we came to, I think, a pretty solid conclusion. So thank you for input. It really, if I would be thinking alone, it would not be the same conclusion. So thank you again. I'm gonna do the outro. See you tomorrow morning. Amazing. Have a good one. Good night. Have a great day.